Hey everybody, Ace here. Kind of wanted to do a little bit of a state of the channel video, because I'm sure a lot of you have probably been wondering what the hell happened to Samurai Pixel Cats. And if you had been wondering that, then I appreciate you. I'm glad you're worried. So anyway, 2019 has been kind of a rough year for us. I lost a pretty lucrative job that paid pretty well back in January, and it's been kind of a struggle to get back up to that point since then. I've had a couple of jobs since then. Things are starting to look up a little bit now, but I kind of wanted to tell you, kind of give you an idea of how our life has been by just describing the past 2 or 3 weeks or so. So, Jess has been driving our van for Uber, and she got into a pretty minor little fender bender in downtown Austin. Those really tight streets. She kind of scraped up one of the doors on the van. So, we had to take it to the shop, get the door replaced. They were going to have it for a couple of weeks. So, the insurance was great. They had, they gave us a rental car. We had accident forgiveness. We hardly had to pay anything. That was great. Though, part of the problem is since we can't really do Uber with the rental car that the insurance company got us. But Uber has this thing called Fare, where you can, quote, rent a car to continue to do Uber with that's not, your car. I'm not going to get into the whole Fare thing. Long story short there, don't ever fucking use Fare. Ever. But anyway, we didn't know that at the time, so we did all the startup costs and stuff, and there were no Fare vehicles available in Austin. The closest one we could find was in San Antonio. So we decided to go ahead and go with it. Despite me living in Texas pretty much all my life, I've never actually visited San Antonio. So we decided to kind of make a weekend of it. We went ahead and got a motel. We drove down one night, picked up the car, stayed in the hotel, and then spent the next day just kind of doing touristy stuff in San Antonio. We visited the Alamo. We went to the Ripley's Believe It or Not and the Wax Museum and all that stuff, and we had a really great time. It was really fun. Around that time, I started getting sick. Had this congestion in my chest, getting a pretty bad cough. So that same week, I had a job interview. So I took off, I think it was Wednesday. Took off the Wednesday. Called in sick because, I had been coughing at work, so it was convincing anyway. Went to the interview. I had to apologize profusely for having a shitty voice, which you might be able to hear now, even, I'm still not fully recovered. Went to the interview. I think that went pretty well. The same day I did the interview, I found out that a very close friend of my mom had passed away, the night before. And she asked me to be a pallbearer. Which, it's not too far away. She only lives about 2 hours away, so that's not a big deal. So, this kind of gives you an idea of the roller coaster that we've been on. Had a job interview. I've been sick. Had a job interview. Friend of the family died. The day before, luckily it was on a Saturday. But the day before, found out that I got the job. So, that was great. That's really good news. But then that Saturday, I had to go, be at a funeral and be a pallbearer for our friend. And since then, I've gone to the doctor, and it turns out I have a pretty severe sinus infection that has led to full-blown bronchitis, which I still haven't really recovered from. So I've been pretty sick. So part of the reason why I kind of just stopped posting videos, we have stuff that's kind of ready to go, or ready to edit at least. But I was really kind of starting to get burnt out on doing Let's Plays and stuff. The effort that it takes to go through all the editing and stuff didn't really feel like it was worth it. So I kind of tried my hand at streaming. And I do like streaming, but it was really difficult because the jobs that I've had since I lost, the one I had back in January, have been super exhausting. So the last thing I want to do by the time I get home in the evening is, put on this is to have this energy and put on the show for people. As much as I would like to be able to, I can't. So that's also kind of fallen by the wayside. But part of the thing is, I kind of wanted to go on kind of a year-long hiatus and kind of revamp my style, change up the editing style and the Let's Plays a bit, and I wanted to kind of build a library of videos during this off time and just not post them until next year to kind of schedule them. And that kind of gives me a buffer to where I have a good, steady schedule of videos going live, while I can still make other videos and not feel like I have any sort of deadline. Because, you know, to be any sort of successful on YouTube, you have to upload at least at a regular schedule, and I think it has to be at least once a week. But a lot of the channels that are really, really successful upload either once a day or multiple fucking times a day, and I just don't have the time for that. But, so yeah, I mean, basically what I wanted to do is I wanted this channel to come back even better than it was before. Since things have still kind of been, it's already almost fucking September, and I haven't made any progress, I wanted to basically start in January and just be like, bam, 2020, bam, we're back, and all that stuff. It'll probably be a little bit longer than that. I mean, you'll know when we're back. You guys stayed subscribed, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And there will be videos again. But part of the reason why I wanted to also make this video out ahead of this is kind of a stupid reason. So, as you know, I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. I had the idea back in 2017 to do this silly thing where I take an old football game, video game, run a simulation based on the next week's game coming up to quote, predict the outcome. And just as a ridiculous thing, and as kind of a nostalgia thing, because, you know, I think it was using NFL 2K2. So it was the Jaguars team as of 2001. So it was nostalgia. You had all the great guys from the early team, like Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, Jimmy Smith, all those great guys. So it was fun. The year that I did that, the Jaguars made a run for the Super Bowl. They made it all the way to the AFC Championship game. The next year, I decided I wasn't going to waste my time. That year, the Jaguars went 5-11, didn't even make the playoffs. So it stands to reason that I'm going to need to do this again. And now that they got Nick Foles, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. So, that being said, you are going to start seeing these football simulation videos going live. So, this is not the actual comeback that I'm doing. I'm doing this purely for superstition reasons, and it's dumb, but I don't know. Sometimes I like doing things just because they're dumb, and that's why I'm like this year I'm using NFL 2K5, which has great presentation, but the team in 2004 and 2005 kind of sucked, so it's going to be interesting. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. I'm not very good off script. Yeah, I think that's about all I needed to say. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. So because of a lot of the stuff that's been going on YouTube, I have started, I've started archiving all of my videos on BitChute. And going forward, every new video I post here is going to also be posted on BitChute. BitChute is, it's an interesting platform. It's definitely new. It still needs some kind of quality of life things, but I like it a lot. And you don't have to worry about things like censorship and questionable content ID matches on your videos, so that's always a plus. So you'll most likely find even less censored videos on BitChute than the ones we post here. So yeah, if you guys want to keep up with me, I'm gonna try and put links to as many social media stuff as I can. You can always follow us on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Samurai Pixel Cat Twitter. We have a Discord. I'll go ahead and post a link. I think I've kind of neglected to post the link to the Discord in the past, but yeah, find us on the Discord, chat with us. We're a chill group. We're fun. And I'll post a link to my BitChute, which right now it's kind of slow because I have over 1,000 videos, and basically I don't have enough space to have archives of all my old videos. So basically, whenever we're done with the Let's Play, I delete everything to save room to move on with the next game. So I have to download the video from YouTube, then upload the video to BitChute, and then basically do that for all like 1,000 or some odd videos. I'm not going to do every single video because there's a lot we can leave out, but still, rambling again. Anyway, yeah, follow us on social media stuff. I'll put links down in the description, and I appreciate you guys hanging with us, and we'll be back next year, even better than ever. And now I got to decide what game I want to play to put behind this video. So, appreciate you watching this far. I appreciate you guys sticking with us, even though we haven't posted in like half a year. And my voice probably sounds terrible right now because I'm pretty thirsty. But, yeah, I don't know how to end videos. I'm terrible at it. I'm just gonna click stop.